Building the tolerance. Good morning, team. Thanks for checking in for the Next Kilograms Kilometers podcast. And today, kind of continuing on the theme of the shock sessions or the higher intensity sessions. And today's just in regards to kind of how you can or how you could prep for it. Good example would be, let's say, like a marathon, or even go a little more extreme. Let's say if you're doing like a 100-mile race or something of that nature, 100-mile venture, then doesn't necessarily mean that you build up to doing 100 miles in a day, but start to accumulate the 100 miles over the course of a week. And then you can kind of, obviously with some tapers and that sort of thing, you can build up that volume to where you're doing more and more that load in a shorter period of time. And then, of course, start to taper down to the event itself. So again, just doing it in a progressive manner. A good example of this too, right? Slightly different game, but looking at the average number of contacts that an individual or an athlete might make experience in a game, and then accumulating those number of contacts or events over the course of the week, building into the competition. So that way, let's say, for example, if it's 50 takedowns or 50 tackles or whatever it is, all right, you're not doing 50 in a single session, but maybe you're doing, let's say 12 to 15 over the course of 3 sessions, and then, of course, modify the intensity and frequency of those in each session. But again, building up to those, right? Again, maybe it's a multi-layered event like a triathlon or something of that nature, to where you're doing multiple things, right? So let's say if you were swimming a mile, whatever the Olympic is, swimming a mile, biking 10, running 5, right? You build that up over the course of a week, because obviously you're training all those at the same time, but you need to make sure that you're building in the recovery as well, and then, of course, taper down to that actual event. So that's just another, right, the cumulative buildup or progressive buildup is another way to kind of build into, whether it's a season or a tournament, something of that nature, another way just to kind of prep for it. So another kind of thing to consider when building out, let's say, a mesocycle or a mid-cycle, to make sure that one, we're preparing for what we're actually the event that we're aiming towards, but also we're doing it in a smart way and allowing that recovery leading into it. So if that's something that you have going on, let's say maybe you got into Target like that this summer, or something similar, and you want to aim for that, you need some help kind of prepping or planning for it, hit us up, let us know, send us a DM at Universal Sports Strength on social media. Have a great weekend, and let's keep working.